Have you ever felt the sting of disrespect, yet found yourself unsure how to respond? In a world that moves fast and speaks louder than it listens, many of us struggle to hold our ground. Whether it's a colleague cutting you off in a meeting, a friend crossing an emotional line, or someone undermining your worth with a single glance, these moments leave a mark. They chip away at our self-respect, leaving us questioning our value and unsure of how to protect it. But what if there was a way to meet that chaos with calm? A way to respond, not react, to reclaim your peace without raising your voice. The Stoics knew this struggle well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength is what we'll tap into today. Because handling disrespect isn't just about confrontation, it's about clarity, presence, and setting unshakable boundaries that come from within. In this episode of the Stoic Code, we begin with a powerful yet often underestimated principle, a technique that requires no words yet speaks volumes. It's not about dominating the room, it's about reclaiming your respect without ever losing your center. If you're ready to stand taller in silence, to master the art of composure, and to embody the quiet confidence of ancient wisdom, then stay with us. And if you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe and join our growing community of seekers here at the Stoic Code, where stillness becomes strength. In today's discussion, we delve into the crucial topic of handling disrespect and the importance of setting boundaries. Self-respect is foundational to our well-being and mental health. It shapes how we perceive ourselves and how we allow others to treat us. When we encounter disrespectful behavior, whether in personal relationships, at work, or in social settings, it can be disheartening and damaging. Understanding how to respond effectively is essential. This video aims to equip you with practical strategies for addressing disrespect, reinforcing your self-worth, and establishing clear boundaries that protect your emotional space. We will explore various scenarios where disrespect may arise and provide actionable tips on how to confront such situations with confidence and assertiveness. By the end of this video, you can expect to gain insights into recognizing disrespectful behavior, understanding its impact on your self-esteem, and learning how to communicate your boundaries effectively. We will also discuss the importance of self-advocacy and how it plays a vital role in maintaining healthy relationships. Engaging with this topic is particularly relevant in our daily lives, as we often encounter situations where our boundaries are tested. Whether it's a dismissive comment from a colleague, a rude remark from a friend, or even a family member crossing a line, knowing how to handle these moments can significantly affect our emotional health. By learning to assert ourselves and demand respect, we not only protect our dignity, but also model healthy behavior for others. This video is designed to empower you, providing you with the tools to navigate disrespectful interactions and reinforce your self-respect. We will also touch on the psychological aspects of disrespect and how it can affect our mental state, emphasizing the importance of addressing these issues head-on. As we progress, we will share real-life examples and role-playing scenarios to illustrate effective responses to disrespect. This practical approach will help you visualize how to implement these strategies in your own life. Remember, setting boundaries is not about being confrontational. It's about asserting your needs and ensuring that your personal space is respected. We will also discuss the common misconceptions surrounding boundary setting, such as the fear of being perceived as rude or overly sensitive. It's vital to understand that advocating for yourself is a sign of strength, not weakness. Throughout the video, we encourage you to reflect on your own experiences with disrespect and consider how you might apply the techniques we discuss. Engaging with this content will not only enhance your interpersonal skills, but also foster a greater sense of self-awareness and confidence. As we navigate through the complexities of human interactions, it's essential to remember that everyone deserves respect, and it's our responsibility to uphold that standard for ourselves and others. By the end of this video, you will have a clearer understanding of how to identify disrespectful behavior, the importance of self-respect, and the steps you can take to establish and maintain healthy boundaries. We hope to inspire you to take action in your own life, encouraging you to stand firm in your self-worth and demand the respect you deserve. So let's embark on this journey together, exploring the dynamics of respect and boundaries, and empowering ourselves to create healthier, more respectful relationships in all areas of our lives. Your journey towards greater self-respect and effective boundary setting starts here, and we are excited to guide you through it. Number 1. Reclaim respect with the silent stare. In the realm of interpersonal communication, one powerful yet often overlooked technique for reclaiming control in disrespectful situations is the silent stare. This nonverbal response can be incredibly effective in unsettling individuals who exhibit disrespectful behavior. When faced with rudeness or condescension, many people instinctively react with words, often escalating the situation. However, a silent stare can serve as a potent tool to convey your disapproval without uttering a single word. It communicates confidence and assertiveness, sending a clear message that you will not tolerate disrespect. The intensity of a silent stare can create an uncomfortable atmosphere for the disrespectful individual, forcing them to confront their behavior and reconsider their approach. Let me share a personal story that illustrates the effectiveness of this technique. A few years ago, I found myself in a meeting where a colleague constantly interrupted me and dismissed my ideas. Each time I tried to contribute, he would cut me off with a sarcastic remark, undermining my input in front of our peers. Frustration bubbled within me, and I felt the urge to respond with anger or defensiveness. Instead, I decided to take a different approach. The next time he interrupted me, I paused, looked him directly in the eyes, and held his gaze in silence for a few moments. The room fell quiet, and I could feel the tension shift. His bravado faltered as he realized that I was not going to engage in a verbal sparring match. The silent stare not only unsettled him, but also drew the attention of our colleagues, who began to shift their focus away from him and back to me. In that moment, I reclaimed control of the conversation, and my ideas were finally heard and respected. This experience reinforced the importance of maintaining composure and self-worth in the face of disrespect. When we allow ourselves to react impulsively, we often give away our power and let the disrespectful individual dictate the interaction. By employing a silent stare, we assert our self-respect and demonstrate that we will not be easily intimidated. It's crucial to remember that maintaining composure is not about suppressing our emotions. Rather, it's about choosing how we express them. A silent stare can be a calm yet assertive response that communicates our boundaries without escalating the situation. Moreover, the effectiveness of this technique lies in its simplicity. It requires no elaborate explanation or justification. It is a straightforward acknowledgement of disrespect. When we maintain eye contact and hold our gaze, we project confidence and self-assuredness. This can be particularly disarming for those who thrive on provoking reactions. They may expect a verbal confrontation, but instead they are met with a silent, unwavering response that challenges their behavior. In addition to unsettling disrespectful individuals, the silent stare also serves as a reminder to ourselves of our worth. It reinforces the idea that we deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. By choosing to respond in this manner, we affirm our self-value and establish a standard for how we expect to be treated. This technique can be especially empowering in situations where we may feel vulnerable or marginalized. Ultimately, the silent stare is a powerful tool for reclaiming control in disrespectful interactions. It allows us to assert our boundaries without engaging in conflict, demonstrating that we will not tolerate disrespectful behavior. By sharing my personal experience, I hope to illustrate how effective this technique can be in unsettling those who seek to undermine us. Remember, maintaining composure and self-worth is essential in these moments. The next time you encounter disrespect, consider employing the silent stare as a means of reclaiming your power and asserting your right to be treated with respect. It may just change the dynamics of the interaction and empower you in ways you never expected. Number 2. Mastering the strength of silence. Silence can often be one of the most powerful responses to disrespect and negativity. In a world where we are conditioned to react verbally to confrontations, choosing silence can feel counterintuitive. However, it can serve as a formidable tool for maintaining your dignity and asserting your boundaries. When faced with disrespectful comments or behavior, responding with silence can convey a strong message that you refuse to engage in negativity. It allows you to reclaim your power and control over the situation without lowering yourself to the level of the aggressor. Silence can create a pause that forces the disrespectful individual to confront their behavior, often leading to discomfort for them rather than for you. Consider a scenario where someone makes a passive-aggressive comment, perhaps during a group discussion or a casual gathering. For instance, imagine a colleague who, instead of offering constructive feedback, says something like, "I guess not everyone can grasp the concept as quickly as others." This remark is designed to undermine your confidence and provoke a reaction. In such moments, the instinct might be to respond defensively or to retaliate with a cutting remark of your own. However, choosing silence can be a more effective strategy. By pausing and maintaining a calm demeanor, you send a clear signal that you are not affected by their attempt to provoke you. This silence can be disarming. It shifts the focus away from you and places it back on the individual who made the comment. They may feel the weight of their words and reconsider their approach, realizing that their passive-aggressive tactics have not elicited the desired response. Moreover, silence allows you to maintain your composure and protect your peace. Engaging in drama or responding to negativity can often escalate tensions and lead to unnecessary conflict. By valuing your peace over the urge to engage, you create a boundary that prioritizes your emotional well-being. This is especially important in environments where negativity can be pervasive, such as workplaces or social circles. When you choose silence, you are not only deflecting negativity, but also asserting your self-worth. You are signaling that you will not allow others to dictate your emotional state or provoke you into a reaction that compromises your peace. Encouraging viewers to embrace the power of silence is essential in fostering a mindset that values tranquility over drama. In a society that often glorifies confrontation and verbal sparring, it can be refreshing to recognize that silence can be a form of strength. It allows you to step back, assess the situation, and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This approach not only protects your peace, but also empowers you to engage in more meaningful conversations when you choose to speak. Additionally, silence can serve as a form of self-care. It provides an opportunity to reflect on your feelings and regain your composure before responding, if necessary. By taking a moment of silence, you can evaluate whether a response is warranted or if it's better to walk away from the situation entirely. This practice can lead to healthier interactions and a greater sense of control over your emotional landscape. In conclusion, the power of silence in response to disrespect cannot be overstated. It is a strong, assertive response that allows you to deflect negativity without engaging in drama. By choosing silence, you not only protect your peace, but also send a clear message that you will not tolerate disrespectful behavior. The next time you encounter passive-aggressive comments or negativity, consider the strength in silence. Embrace it as a tool for maintaining your dignity and asserting your self-worth. Remember, valuing your peace over engaging in drama is a choice that empowers you and fosters healthier relationships. By practicing the art of silence, you can navigate challenging interactions with grace and confidence, ultimately leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Number 3, stop explaining yourself. In our journey through life, we often encounter individuals who feel entitled to question our personal choices. Whether it's about our career paths, relationships, lifestyle decisions, or even our hobbies, there seems to be an unspoken expectation that we owe others an explanation for our choices. This entitlement can manifest in various ways, from well-meaning inquiries to outright criticism, leaving us feeling pressured to justify our decisions. However, it's essential to recognize that our choices are our own, and we do not owe anyone an explanation for how we choose to live our lives. The need to justify our decisions often stems from a desire for acceptance and an invalidation. We may feel that by explaining ourselves, we can alleviate any doubts others may have about our choices. However, this can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity, where we constantly seek approval from others instead of trusting our instincts. It's crucial to understand that our personal decisions are valid simply because they are ours. We have the right to make choices that align with our values, beliefs, and desires without feeling the need to defend them to anyone. Let me share a personal experience that illustrates the power of reclaiming autonomy by choosing not to explain my decisions. A few years ago, I made the decision to leave a stable job that many considered prestigious. While I had my reasons, pursuing a passion project that I believed would bring me fulfillment, this choice was met with skepticism from friends and family. "Why would you leave a good job?" they would ask, often followed by unsolicited advice about job security and practicality. Initially, I felt compelled to justify my decision, explaining my motivations and the potential benefits of my new path. However, I soon realized that no matter how much I explained, their doubts lingered, and I was left feeling frustrated and misunderstood. One day, after yet another round of questioning, I decided to take a different approach. Instead of launching into a detailed explanation, I simply stated, "I appreciate your concern, but this is what feels right for me." This shift in my response was liberating. I no longer felt the need to justify my choices to others. By asserting my autonomy, I reclaimed my power and confidence in my decision-making process. The conversations became less about defending my choices and more about sharing my journey, which ultimately led to more supportive and understanding interactions. This experience reinforced the idea that personal decisions do not require validation from others. Each of us has a unique set of experiences, values, and aspirations that shape our choices. When we allow others to dictate how we should feel about our decisions, we diminish our autonomy and self-worth. It's essential to cultivate a mindset that embraces our right to choose without seeking approval. Encouraging viewers to stop justifying their decisions to others is about empowering them to trust themselves. It's about recognizing that our choices are valid, regardless of whether they align with societal norms or the expectations of those around us. When we stop justifying our decisions, we create space for authenticity and self-acceptance. We can focus on what truly matters to us, rather than getting caught up in the opinions of others. Moreover, it's important to remember that not everyone will understand or agree with our choices, and that's perfectly okay. Each person's journey is different, and what works for one may not work for another. By standing firm in our decisions, we not only honor ourselves, but also set an example for others to do the same. We can inspire those around us to embrace their autonomy and make choices that resonate with their true selves. In conclusion, it's time to stop justifying our decisions to others. We have the right to make choices that reflect our values and desires without feeling the need to explain ourselves. By reclaiming our autonomy and trusting our instincts, we can live more authentically and confidently. Remember, your decisions are valid simply because they are yours, and you do not owe anyone an explanation for how you choose to live your life. Embrace your choices, stand firm in your autonomy, and let go of the need for validation. Your journey is uniquely yours, and that is something to celebrate. Number 4, walk away from toxic people. In our lives, we often encounter individuals whose behavior can be disrespectful or toxic, and it's crucial to recognize the importance of maintaining distance from such individuals. Protecting our energy and mental health should be a top priority, as the people we surround ourselves with can significantly impact our overall well-being. Disrespectful behavior can drain our energy, create unnecessary stress, and lead to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. By choosing to distance ourselves from those who do not respect us, we create space for healthier relationships and a more positive environment. Let me share a personal story that highlights the importance of distancing oneself from a toxic friendship. A few years ago, I found myself in a friendship that initially seemed supportive and fun. However, over time, I began to notice patterns of disrespect that I had previously overlooked. My friend would often make sarcastic comments about my choices, belittle my achievements, and dismiss my feelings. At first, I brushed it off as playful banter, but as these interactions continued, I started to feel increasingly drained and unappreciated. One day, after a particularly hurtful conversation where my friend belittled my career aspirations, I realized that this friendship was taking a toll on my mental health. I felt anxious and insecure after our interactions, questioning my self-worth and decisions. It became clear to me that this relationship was not serving me. Instead, it was holding me back from being my authentic self. I decided it was time to take a step back and distance myself from this toxic friendship. The process of distancing myself was not easy. I grappled with feelings of guilt and fear of judgment from others. Society often places a high value on maintaining friendships, even when they are unhealthy. However, I had to remind myself that prioritizing my well-being was far more important than adhering to societal expectations. I began to limit my interactions with this friend, gradually reducing the time we spent together. I also made a conscious effort to surround myself with individuals who uplifted and supported me, fostering a more positive and encouraging environment. As I distanced myself from this toxic friendship, I noticed a significant shift in my mental health. I felt lighter, more confident, and more in tune with my own needs and desires. I was no longer weighed down by negativity or disrespect. This experience taught me the invaluable lesson that it's okay to prioritize my well-being over the expectations of others. It's essential to recognize that not all relationships are meant to last. And sometimes, stepping away from toxic individuals is the healthiest choice we can make. Encouraging viewers to prioritize their well-being over societal expectations is vital in today's fast-paced world. We often feel pressured to maintain relationships for fear of being perceived as rude or unkind. However, it's essential to understand that our mental health should always come first. Distancing ourselves from disrespectful individuals is not an act of malice. Rather, it is an act of self-care and self-respect. When we prioritize our well-being, we create space for healthier relationships that nurture and support us. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences can lead to increased happiness, improved self-esteem, and a greater sense of fulfillment. It's important to remember that we have the power to choose who we allow into our lives. By setting boundaries and distancing ourselves from those who do not respect us, we empower ourselves to cultivate a more positive and enriching environment. In conclusion, advocating for maintaining distance from disrespectful individuals is essential for protecting our energy and mental health. By sharing my personal experience of distancing from a toxic friendship, I hope to inspire viewers to reflect on their own relationships and consider whether they are serving their well-being. Remember, it's okay to prioritize your mental health over societal expectations. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and support you, and don't hesitate to distance yourself from those who bring negativity into your life. Your well-being is paramount, and you deserve to cultivate relationships that honor and respect you. Embrace the power of choice in your relationships and prioritize your peace and happiness above all else. Number 5. Stand tall with confidence. Confidence plays a crucial role in handling disrespect, serving as a powerful tool that can disrupt the power dynamics in any interaction. When faced with disrespectful behavior, how we carry ourselves can significantly influence the outcome of the situation. Holding one's head high and maintaining a confident posture sends a clear message that we refuse to be diminished by others' negativity. This self-assuredness can shift the balance of power, making it evident that we will not tolerate disrespect and that we value ourselves enough to stand firm in our convictions. Let me share a personal anecdote. that illustrates the significance of confidence in overcoming insults. A few years ago, I was in a professional setting where I encountered a colleague who frequently made condescending remarks about my work. During one meeting, he dismissed my ideas with a sarcastic comment, suggesting that I was out of my depth. In that moment, I felt a rush of emotions: anger, embarrassment, and self-doubt. However, instead of allowing those feelings to overwhelm me, I took a deep breath and focused on my posture. I straightened my back, held my head high, and looked him directly in the eye. Rather than responding with defensiveness or engaging in a heated argument, I calmly reiterated my points with clarity and conviction. This shift in my demeanor not only surprised him, but also caught the attention of our colleagues. I could see that my confidence disrupted the power dynamic. Instead of being the target of his insults, I became the one who commanded respect in that moment. The room's atmosphere changed, and I felt a renewed sense of empowerment. By standing tall and asserting myself confidently, I reclaimed my voice and demonstrated that I would not be intimidated by disrespect. This experience reinforced the idea that confidence is not just about self-assurance. It's about recognizing our self-worth and understanding that we deserve to be treated with respect. When we hold our heads high, we communicate to others that we value ourselves and our contributions. This self-respect can be contagious, inspiring those around us to treat us with the dignity we deserve. Encouraging viewers to recognize their self-worth and stand tall is essential in navigating disrespectful interactions. It's easy to internalize negative comments and allow them to chip away at our confidence. However, it's vital to remember that our value is not determined by the opinions of others. Each of us has unique strengths, talents, and perspectives that deserve acknowledgement and respect. By cultivating a strong sense of self-worth, we empower ourselves to respond to disrespect with grace and assertiveness. One effective way to build confidence is through positive self-affirmations. Reminding ourselves of our strengths and accomplishments can help reinforce our self-esteem. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who uplift and encourage us can create a positive feedback loop, further enhancing our confidence. When we feel supported and valued, we are more likely to stand tall in the face of adversity. Moreover, practicing assertiveness can also bolster our confidence. Learning to express our thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully can help us navigate disrespectful situations more effectively. By articulating our boundaries and expectations, we send a strong message that we will not tolerate disrespect. This assertiveness, combined with a confident demeanor, can significantly alter the dynamics of any interaction. In conclusion, the significance of confidence in handling disrespect cannot be overstated. Holding one's head high and maintaining a confident posture can disrupt the power dynamics in any situation, allowing us to reclaim our voice and assert our self-worth. By sharing my personal experience of overcoming insults with confidence, I hope to inspire viewers to recognize their own value and stand tall in the face of disrespect. Remember, you are worthy of respect, and your confidence can serve as a powerful shield against negativity. Embrace your self-worth, cultivate your confidence, and never hesitate to stand firm in your convictions. By doing so, you not only empower yourself, but also set a standard for how you expect to be treated by others. In a world that often demands reaction, the true test of character lies in how calmly we respond. Today's journey has brought us face to face with a reality many quietly endure: the sting of disrespect, the erosion of boundaries, and the internal conflict that follows. But through the lens of Stoicism, we've uncovered something deeper: the power to remain still when provoked, to speak without words, and to honor our dignity not through confrontation, but through composure. We explored the silent stare, not as a weapon, but as a mirror, a moment of deliberate stillness that unsettles disrespect without losing our integrity. We sat with the strength of silence, realizing that walking away from chaos can be louder than any retort. We reminded ourselves that our choices require no explanation to those who have not earned our trust, and that holding space for our own values is not selfishness, it is self-respect. We saw the quiet courage it takes to step back from those who drain our energy and the inner strength that comes from standing tall, even when the world tries to shrink us. Each of these moments was not just a tactic, but a glimpse of a deeper truth: that peace is a discipline and self-respect is an unshakable boundary. Wherever you are on your journey, know this: you do not have to master it all at once. Begin with one breath of awareness, one moment of stillness, one decision to honor your worth. Growth in the Stoic sense is not loud. It is steady, intentional, and rooted in your ability to remain centered in a world that often is not. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to the Stoic Code. Here, we bridge ancient wisdom with modern trials, so you can meet life with clarity, purpose, and calm. Join a community of thinkers, seekers, and everyday warriors who choose virtue over chaos and presence over distraction. And if you feel called to share your story, your experience, or a moment where you reclaimed your self-respect, leave it in the comments. Your words may offer someone else the strength they need. In this space, your story is not just yours. It is part of a shared search for peace amidst mastery. As you go forward, carry this thought with you. From Epictetus: no man is free who is not master of himself. Until next time, walk tall, speak little, and let your presence say the rest.